guys, Wiltshire Rider here. Okay guys, what I was trying to say here was that I took a tumble on my bike because somebody reversed back and just nudged my back tyre my front tyre when I was on a very sharp camber on a steep hill, and it broke my screen. And you've seen the video for the screen replacement, and there's the screen there. The screen's not as good as my old one, it's not as wide, and there's a curve in the screen towards the top, and it warps your view when you look down at the road sometimes, so you got to get careful. And I got rid of the extra shield there because it just doesn't make that much difference with this screen. It's something to do with the shape. So basically the reason I've got the screen off is because my sat-nav bar, not related to the little tumble, because it didn't actually get hit by anything, it just broke on its own. The welds have come unglued. The welds have come unwelded, and I think I'm going to show you right now. Sorry about this, I lost the sound on the video for some unknown reason. So there's my sat nav, and it rests on the sat nav bar obviously, and once I stop nattering, trying to put that safe, you can see where it's actually broken. The weld is completely, just through fatigue and vibration, has broken. So not very impressed with that. I must admit I left a bit of a negative review on that because that's less than 6 months old and it was 36 quid. So the whole point of this video is to replace this sat nav bar, and hopefully it'll pick up with sound in a minute. Just showing you the new sat nav bar. This one was also £36 on eBay. I use eBay because it's easy and it's safe, and you can usually send things back if they're not as described. And what I like about this one, it's one piece of metal, and it looks like it's been bent and pressed custom fit. And then you've got a little sat nav bar, which if I get out the packet in a second, it was a windy day doing this, quite blustery. I kept losing everything. So as you can see, I'm about to open the packet, and eventually my super strength. So yeah, this is the bit of the bar that your sat nav sits on, and I quite like it because I think I'm just about to show you that it's adjustable. You can move it up and down, so I quite like the fact that that screws on and it gives you the option of moving the sat nav to whatever height or angle you want. So that's quite cool, and it's nice and solid. And just pointing out, they send you a little rubber key ring with it as well. It's got all the fitments with it, which is great, so that was good. And I'm going to crack on and get the sat nav bar off. I've already taken the screen off because you've seen me do that before. So place that one on and that one in. Just screw that one up. Just pinch it up by hand first because I've got to make sure it's all level and fits correctly. That one goes in there. Whoop. Good way of scratching your paintwork. Pinch that one up. Now interestingly, the bolts only just about cover the hole. So I want to get it pretty square, obviously. Pinch that one up. Now remember guys, when you're doing these bolts up here, these go into a rubber insert. So the thing is, you can hear it squeaking, hopefully. The thing is not to over tighten them, because obviously you don't want to strip the rubber thread. It's a rubber washer with a metal cylinder thread inside, and it's very easy to strip the threads, but they are both nicely done up. Now you may be thinking he hasn't put these in, but that's where the screen bolts go. So that's cool. Now I just want to check these. Oh, these are much thicker. It looks like I will have to use the other ones then. So when you look at these up to these, yeah, they're definitely. Are they thicker? I don't know. They're the same. Yeah. They're the same thickness. Oh, that's okay then. Cool. Put that there. We're going to get this, and I think these are for this bit here. So if I look a bit nervous, it's because I'm keeping an eye on my camera because I don't want it going flying off the tank. It's probably not the best place to put it, but that's where it's going. Right, so I think these. Oh, oh dear. Oh, for a garage. Come on, go in. Right, let's go and pick up all my rubbish. This blinking wind. Probably lost all the screws as well. Right. Aha. So, first issue is that the wire isn't long enough to go in the middle. So I need to undo my fairing a little bit to pull the wire through a little bit. Not a big issue, just something I didn't think of. Test. I've got a different toolbox. Basically, one of the neighbours left this outside because they didn't want it, and I was so fed up of having to sort through my other one that this is perfect for me. So it's a free toolbox, complimentary of the neighbour, or compliments of the neighbour, I should say. So let's just try and squeeze this up a bit. I have a funny feeling I'm going to have to take this off, guys. So we're going to undo this. Why am I undoing that? Don't need to undo that, do I? Come on, go back in. What's going on there? Honestly, come on, that's it. Honestly, let's undo this one. Oh, why is it threads have such a long, bolts have such a long thread on them? Why do they have to be this long? Okay, so let's just unclip there. So I've undone that one, I've undone that one, and I've undone that one. It's clipped in there. I just want to pull it out to loosen the wire off. All this just for an extra bit of inch. Right. Let's just get that out a minute. All I need to do is literally there's two little push bolts, plastic push clips down there. I just need to get it out. There's one. And there's the other. Right. Now, why won't that give me any more length? One thing I've learnt whilst working on any kind of vehicle, car, bike, doesn't matter, it's never straightforward. It never is a 2-minute job. And this is why labour rates in garages are often a lot more than you expect. Because little things like this adds to the time of the job. This literally should be a 2-minute thing. So what I want to do is just feed this along a bit. Just need a little bit more length. That is all. But, right. So as you can see, what we are doing is thinking of having it there. I think I'm going to put it together and try it and see how high it is. That's the best bet. Let's give it a go. So that's how it will fit, but that's a little bit in my face. So if I'm sat on the bike, like so, that is right in my face. That is way too close to me. Do not like that. So got to work something out there. Just kick my phone on the floor. Right. So, how to change it? Gonna loosen this off. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right, I'm going to put that like that. And then, okay. So, this could be a pain in the bum. I wonder if that will fit in there. But obviously, in a pair of hands, obviously that way would be best. Do you get what I mean? So, a bit more fettling, as they say. Do that up a minute. Okay. You can see my, you can hear my thinking. Just trying different things. Do your own maintenance, they say. It's pretty easy, they say. It may be easy, but it's fiddly. And sometimes I spend more time fiddling with my bike than I actually do riding my bike. Anyone else like that? You think, oh yeah, I'll just do that. Like tomorrow, I'm hoping to do my exhaust gaskets, which will probably take, I don't know, all day. And it should only take couple of hours, but the thing is, it never goes to plan. Would the exhaust bolts come undone properly? You know, will anything snap off? Probably. Anyway, stop moaning, and now. That is so high. Right, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna cable tie the wire so that you can't really see it. And then it doesn't look like it's such an accessory. So we're going to do that. And there's room for other options if I want them, but yeah, that looks okay. Sorry guys, the sun in your eyes, so I'm going to put that there a sec. Where are my cable ties? And then snip that one. Cool. So when I mean a little bit of slack, you don't want this to be pulling tight all the time, so I've got a nice little bit of slack there for the wire, and it's not too tight there. So all I've got to do now is put this back in, down here. So this fits eventually. It's fiddly. How do I get this in? Right, luckily it's all very bendable. Good old plastics. Okay, so down in here there's a tiny little clip which has to line up, and you push it in, and there's one there. There's a tiny little clip there, you can't really see it, but you line it up and you push that in. Then you have to line this up. Cool, so that's where my wire goes in there, nice and tidy. That's hidden by the bar on the screen. Just got to put these screws back in, which is what I'm going to do. Long, short. So let's get the right Allen key. Got one there, a long one. No. Why is that not lining up there? Have I lost something out of there? Doesn't feel like there's anything there. Something is missing out of there. What's gone missing? Ah. Okay guys, it seems like the screw thread is gone. So, I'm gonna have to take this off to try and find it. So, I was saying, this screw, there's something missing, there isn't. Make sure guys, when you take things apart, you take note of the different screws. This one is fatter, and this one goes in there. Dope. There you go. There. So, what you can see is the screws are starting to make marks in the plastic here and here, and I'm afraid they're going to crack the screen, these screws here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue two little rubber kind of spacers there, and hopefully that will solve the problem. You can see I've stuck these on with super glue, and that is exactly where those screws in that screen go. So I'm hoping that that will stop that rubbing against the screen and eventually cracking it. It's not a very good design, that, is it? Okay, now then, can we get the screen back on is the next question. Right, how high is this? Actually, that's all right, but it's gonna do that. So I'm just gonna bring it down slightly, like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That needs to come up. That's good. Cool. So there's the rider's view. Excellent stuff. Now I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean, tidy it up slightly, and then job done. I'm happy with that. How's that? Yep. Looks okay. So, had a new tyre fitted today. I didn't show it because you've seen me take my wheels off so many times doing my brakes. Brand new front tyre. That was from Wiltshire Tyres, obviously as the name suggests they're in Wiltshire. And that was £175 with an NHS discount. They also take blue light card. I repainted my wheel because it was looking chipped and damaged. That's fine. My wheel bearing, you can hear it. So they're on order. I think that's the pothole I hit the other week. Something else I've done is I've done a carbon fibre sticker on the side panels, which I quite like. I'm trying to get the angle so you can see it. But I quite like that. It's better than the old grey plastic. I may well take it off and redo it because I haven't done a very good job. I'm still learning how to do these bits. And I've done the other side as well. There you go, you can see. That's the sticker. You put, oh, my seat split that. Yeah, might have to get that recovered soon. Anyway, that's done. That is a sticker. You stretch it on with you heat it up with a heat gun and you stretch it over, and I think that looks alright. I don't think that looks too bad. Can't really see it in this light, but yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Have to redo some of this, look. Oh, it just gets eaten away, doesn't it, by the weather. That's been repainted a long time ago with some anti-rust stuff. Obviously wasn't very anti-rust. But yeah, so there you go guys, that's the end result. I'm quite happy with that. I'll ride it and I'll let you know how it feels and if it vibrates or not. Okay, so yet again, simple job. Should have taken me, oh, I don't know, an hour maybe, and it's actually taken me about 2 hours. But you know, as we often say, no job is a quick job on maintenance, is it? Something always goes slightly wrong. But I'm happy with that, guys, so we shall see. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.